Thank you for the wait. So I'm gonna get started. We were we were in if you looked at our IG story and the IG post, we were actually almost the whole team were in Japan last week for the Suzuka F1. It was a big milestone for the team. I think it's we had like 15 or 16 people going to the Japanese Grand Prix. It was an amazing event. Obviously, not every day that we get to see the real F1 cars on the circuits, and Suzuka being such a iconic race of Asia, it was a for me a very memorable experience to be able to go with the team. As you see on the screen, we brought some of our cars, the pace car, and then the a couple of F1 cars, and actually get to walk on the Suzuka circuit after the race on the track walk, which I think was that was actually more memorable than the race itself. Yeah, just to be able to share that with the team, and to really to thank them for all the hard work they've been putting in the past years, basically. So it was a really memorable trip. We also went to visit the Liberty Walk headquarters, which was also very memorable. I think for everybody to see all the cars, to see everything that's going on with Liberty Walk. It's amazing to actually to see the number of buildings that they actually have. Not just the cars. The cars, of course, are amazing, but I think the number of buildings within that area that they have built up since from the ground, from zero, basically, and it's just amazing to see a brand take on such a global presence now, not only in Japan or in Asia, but all over Europe and the U.S. They're actually having a pop-up event in Los Angeles end of April. We have signed a multi-year deal with them, not only for the motor cars, but more exclusively for the Tarmac carts business that we started back in March. So we are the exclusive cart supplier for Liberty Walk, and so we will be working with them very, very closely on a lot of the carts. Some of the carts actually will be released end of this month. We can't show it right now. We're going to show it in the next couple of days, so be on the lookout for in our IG for that. But we're also planning to release a Liberty Walk set, hopefully this summer, by this August. So that will be our first really official set of cards with Liberty Walk. So be on the lookout for that as well. So a lot of exciting things to come. But more immediate is the Hobby Expo China, which is coming up this Friday to Sunday. So this is the 22nd annual Hobby Expo China. So we are going to have a booth. We're going to be releasing the Koenigsegg Jesko Attack, the orange with the combo cards as well, and so that set is coming for the Beijing shows. It's going to be in Beijing. So let's get into that one first. So that would be the first what we call the combo pack, which is having the Jesko Attack in orange. That's the first color. Also with a pack of cards. So the pack of cards will have two cards inside. We'll call it Type 8 and Type B. The front of that, the Type 8 card actually has what we call the Silver Prism, which is the silver, sort of the silver edition. And then we have the Hydro Coupe Metal, which is also a very, very rare, only 99 of them. We call them the parallel card. It's kind of the same design, but you see the background is actually different. The Hydro Coupe Metal will also have a serial number in it, so it is extremely rare. Only 99 of them. And the Hydro Coupe Metal, of course, is a exclusive sort of technical. It's sort of the engineering behind Koenigsegg's, so we kind of use that to create that pattern as well. So yeah, so that's the card. I have some of the cards here with me, so I'm going to show it. There they are. That's the Type A card with the front. This is the Type B card. In the back, there's some stories discussing, the details of the cards. To again for the Tarmac cards, this is our goal is to tell a story, of the cars or the brand itself. And then here is the silver prism, as you can see, where it has a silver sort of finish to it. Is nicer looking. The back is the same, but this is also quite is more rare than the basic card. And then you have the hydrochrome metal. The hydrochrome metal card is so rare that we don't have one here with us because we have already shipped them to Beijing for the show. So be on the lookout for that. We will have some in our online store, of course. This is a event special release, but a lot of the regular releases will be coming. So for those of you kind of couldn't make it to China, obviously, or couldn't buy them from our resellers, get them from our website, or wait for the regular releases, which will be coming starting in May, June, July. All those products will be coming on the way. So let's dive into the April release, which was already released in April 2nd and 3rd. So let's get into it. The first one being the Land Rover Defender 90, the Trophy Edition. And then the next one we have is the Vertex Toyota Mark II JZX 100 in the purple metallic color. Next, we also have a Vertex. These are all globals, by the way. The first 6, I believe. This is the Vertex Nissan Silvia S13 in the green and gray two-tone color. Following that, we have the Pagani Huayra R in the blue color. The real car is actually limited to only 30 examples, so and is a track used car. Following that, we have LB Works Dodge Challenger SRT Hellcat in red. Following that is the Mercedes-AMG F1 W13E Performance, the Miami Grand Prix 22 version. As you can see, some of the special liveries in the rear wing, especially in the front, there's some as well. And then the next one is a Hobby 64, which is the RWB 964. Then we have a J Collection Tarmac collab, which is the Honda NSX NA1 in white. Last but not least is a Schuco Porsche 911 Turbo in green. So this was the first, the April release, part 1, I would say. And that was already released April 2nd and 3rd. And then moving on to the next release, which is the second release in April. This will be next week, the 25th of April for TWC members, and then the 26th Friday for the public. The first one is a Vertex Mazda RX-7 FD3S in red. Following that is a McLaren MCL 36 driven by Lando Norris. It started at P5, finished at P3, and that was the 6th career podium for Lando. Following that is a Dodge Viper ACR Extreme in green metallic. Okay, and then moving on is the Alfa Romeo Giulia GTAM in the white and green livery. Following that is a Dodge van in the Moon Eyes livery. And then is the AMG F1 W13 again. Again, it's the Miami Grand Prix version, but this one is driven by George Russell. He qualified in P12 but finished in P5. Again, with this special Miami inspired livery. Following that is a Pagani Imola. In this very cool dark gray black livery. Next up we have a Hobby 64, which is the Volvo 850 Estate. This was this race in the Australian Super Touring Championship in 1995. And it did finish on the podium in P3 in the last race of the championship, driven by Tony Scott. Next we have a Mitsubishi Fuso Super Great. This is the second release, I believe. This is the Golf Racing version. And again, the going opens as well as the front. And this fits two 64 scale cars pretty comfortably. Normal size 64 cars, of course, and it rolls. So that's the Mitsubishi Fuso Super Great in the Golf Racing livery. Following that, we have two J Collection cars. The first one is the Nissan Silvia S13 in blue gray, two-tone. Following that is a Datsun Bluebird, which we call the 510. This is the four-door 510 in red. So again, these are going to be released on the 25th, next Thursday, for TWC members on the website. And of course, Friday for the public. And of course, they will be also available through our resellers. And then moving to the last car of the batch is a Schuko Porsche 911 RSR 3.8 in red. Okay, so that does it for the April second release. And then now we can move on to pre-orders. So the first one is actually being sent out today. So you'll start seeing the different posts from your resellers on social media probably later today or tomorrow. The first one is a Koenigsegg CC850 in orange. And this is fitted with the rear wing on a higher position, unlike the first one that we did, the silver one. And this is part of the Global 64 collection. And will be due in September. Following that is a JDM, which is the Mitsubishi Lancer RS Evolution in white. And this will be a Lamley special edition as well. Okay, following that is a Mercedes-Benz AMG GT Black Series in silver metallic. Following that is we go back to another JDM, which is the HKS Toyota GR86 in the HKS Super Oil livery. And this is an official license and collaboration car with HKS. Next up, we have a Mercedes-Benz SL 500 Koenig Specials in silver. Someone asked why there's no disc brakes. Well, for the Global 64 line, because it needs to roll, so there are no disc brakes inside. If there are disc brakes, then it makes it very hard to roll, and that's sort of always the big sort of discussion where should it roll, should it have a disc brake, should the car sit lower. But for the Global line, because it needs to roll, and that's why hence there are no disc brakes. The last one of this pre-order one is the McLaren MCL 36 Japanese Grand Prix 2022, driven by Daniel Ricciardo. And this is also a special livery, as you can see. Some splashes of neon pink. It's quite a nice, cool design. And this livery was raced in Singapore and in Japan. So that does it for pre-order number 1. So let's move on to the second pre-order, which will be in 2 weeks, April 30th, also a Tuesday. The first one being the Toyota Hiace Wagon Custom in purple. Following that is a Ferrari F40 LM in red. This is actually the first red plain color for the F40 LM. Okay, following that is the Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution wagon in silver. So you bought the red one before. The packaging is actually connected. The back card, just a minor detail, but I think it's fun for the Evo lovers, where if you have the red one and if you're getting the silver one, if you put them together, the background image actually connect to each other. So just a little small detail that we added. Following the Lancer is a RWB 997 in pink. This kind of reminds me of the RWB 930, the first TWOC car, which was also in pink, in a different pink. This one is more like a hot pink. That one is more like a pale pink, but with these sort of wide body cars, it always looks great with these kind of sharp colors. And this particular one is also a collaboration with Toyo Tires. So there are Toyo Tires logo around the car as well. Okay, following that is the Renault 5 Turbo, which was raced in the Rally Costa Brava in 1985. This is the iconic Rothmans livery, and the decal stickers are included in the package, so you can put them on your own. And then the last car of this particular batch of pre-order will be the Toyota Super Turbo, the MA70, which raced in the BTCC in 1988 with the very iconic Shell sponsorship. All right, so that does it for the 2 April pre-orders. Now on to the sneak peek, which is the Hobby 64 Plus, and it is the Porsche 911 GT1, the 1996 version. I'm just going to let it spin around because you have to see the engine details on this one. And again, we've chosen this particular car for the Hobby 64 Plus. We've done a couple of rally models, but we kind of want to switch gears a little bit for this particular one. Because it's such an iconic GT1 car, and as you can see, the detail engines are pretty insane. So great job by the team, obviously, and I can't wait to see the decorated version, because that will even make the engine and all the car details come to life. So very, very much looking forward to seeing that. The release date is probably Q4 of this year, but as soon as we see the first shot, as you can see here, is getting closer and closer. So very much looking forward to this one. Again, this is the Hobby 64 Plus Porsche 911 GT1. Okay, and then we will go into the giveaway. And the question is, what is the Tarmac Special Edition of Hobby Expo China 2024? What is the name of the car? So, and the color as well. So don't post it here on the comments. Post it on private message us, as always, because we have the timestamp and everything there. The comments here, actually, once the video is done, it kind of gets lost. So don't post it here. Don't give the answer away, which we actually have given it away a few times already. So what is the Tarmac Special Edition model for the Hobby Expo China, which is this Friday to Sunday? What is the car, the name of the car, as well as the color of the car? So that's the question. And again, don't post it on the comments where we're still seeing the people posting on there. Some questions. Let me see. Koenigsegg Agera RS. Yes, it is back. And I have a sample here. I don't know if you can see. This is actually a new tooling, and the back no longer opens. So, but details are the same. Still looks fantastic. That's coming. I believe this one is a members only model for TWOC members. So for those of you who are members, be on the lookout for this one. Another Apex RX-7. Well, yes, this one will be released, or this will be released in May 16th, to be exact. So next month is coming. This is the second Apex RX-7 that we have done. So let me just take a look at any other questions. Where's the Regera? That one is coming as well. Just going through approvals by Koenigsegg, but we will be able to show it pretty soon. I think that's it. Some people are asking about the carts. Yes, so there will be more announcements regarding the carts. I think with any sort of new product, a new brand is always quite. It's not an easy thing to first to release that, make it right, and also to integrate it with some of our products. It might look easy. It's just like, oh, it's adding two carts into a model car. How hard then can that be? But actually going through the process, if for anyone who goes through starting something new, is actually everything has its challenges, from production to integrating that to the model car to packing them together. They're from different factories, right? To approvals, everything is not easy because is a first time. So we have worked really hard on the cards, and bravo to the team to kind of pulling that off. We wanted to launch it in Beijing. We wanted to launch it in China, being such a big market, to kind of not only sort of introduce that, but of course to test the market as well, because we nobody knows how that is going to do. We're confident in it. We have put a lot of effort in it, and we like it. Ourselves, we love it, and hopefully you guys do as well. A lot of the regular releases will be coming just on a more sort of strategic level. We're actually introducing them into combo packs, more combo packs first, because we kind of want you to sort of give you small doses of the cards first, to have you have a chance to kind of collect them first before those bigger sets will come. But the first big sets will very likely be a Liberty Walk set. We have signed a big contract with them, so we will be introducing a lot of Liberty Walk cards. And like I said, the Liberty Walk special editions, event special card. There are 4 cards in that set. I will be showing them relatively soon. Those will be at the Los Angeles pop-up on April 28th, I believe. It's a Sunday in Los Angeles. So for those of you in the West Coast planning to go to the Liberty Walk pop-up, please drop by our booth. We'll have some cars there as well. But of course, the main draw is going to be the Tarmac cards. We actually also will have some gifts for a lot of you if you do show up and buy a pack. We do have an A4 folder, a Liberty Walk folder. That is not for sale. It's only as a gift. So we are going to be showing all of that on Instagram and Facebook relatively soon, in the next couple of days. So that's that. Thank you so much again for joining our IG Live. As always, I'm Felix, and I will see you soon next month. Thanks.